Here's some news. Welcome back Neil Harris as head coach and Mark Bonner as director of football. This is very bold from Cambridge. Neil Harris for me is a proven, established championship manager. To go back to Cambridge when they are on the verge of getting relegated to League Two, it says a lot. Now, it's not 100% that Cambridge get relegated, but when you've got someone who is a old school type of manager who can grind out results, Neil Harris is probably the right one at this moment in time. But after what happened last time as the Cambridge head coach, he didn't last very long. And of course, I can understand why fans are like, well, how long is he going to last this time round? But this is where I think Mark Bonner comes in. Neil Harris, he wants the right people around him. He kind of wants to make his own decisions, but he wants the right people around him to make the correct football decisions. And when you've got Mark Bonner, who knows Cambridge inside out and has been successful at the football club, you like to think that these two can work together extremely well. Recently, I watched a podcast on the Business of Sport YouTube channel, and they spoke to Alex Tunbridge, the CEO at Cambridge United, and he was talking about how he wanted to grow the football club, how they're trying to grow income to the football club and their long-term plans. And I thought it was quite a decent podcast. And after listening to him on this podcast, the football decision they've made today kind of does make sense. So if Cambridge do get relegated from League One to League Two, I feel like the three people I've spoken about could figure out a plan on getting Cambridge back to League One. That would be the first step. And then the second step would be to get Cambridge being a more established team in League One. Now, from that podcast which I mentioned, the CEO mentioned how they are bottom five in terms of wage budget. So they're already trying to punch above their weight. But when you've got a more established head coach who's done it at a much higher level, I think that could help because he can get the best out of the players. You think at Millwall, they're not a team that has the most money compared to the other championship side. So he's used to getting a team punching above their weight. So you would like to think the balance between all three of them, they could figure out a plan on getting Cambridge to become a more established side in League One and maybe one day becoming a championship side. It would be a fantastic project if they can get it right, but also if Neil Harris stays at the football club for a long period.